大家好，我是Anthony. Today we're going to be talking about Taiwan's entertainment history regarding movies and the music scene. So a brief history of Taiwan's movies. In the early 1980s, Taiwan cinema was starting to catch the attention of global viewers. So for the first time, attention was starting to be placed on Taiwan's for the films that were coming out and being taken to film festivals and the reactions of global audiences. Directors that helped create the beginning of this Taiwan cinematic movement are Hao Hesao, Edward Yang, and Ang Lee. So, here are some of the directors and their accomplishments. In the early 1980s, the film A City of Sadness created Taiwan's cinematic history as the first Taiwanese film to win Golden Lion and Venice Film Festival, which marks the largest success of Taiwanese new cinema. The film was directed by Hao Hesao, which is only one of his films, of 9 of his films. I'm sorry if I mispronounced that wrong. Yeah, so he only has 9 films, and this is one of them. It's a very famous movie that is going to be brought up later on. Okay, continuation. The next director is Ang Lee. Ang Lee has been called the pride of Taiwan. Has won Best Director twice at the Academy Award, so the Oscars. He won Best Directors at the Oscars, I think in 2004 and in 2013, 2014. Lee won the award for Brokeback Mountain and Life of Pi, 2 very famous movies. Even if you haven't seen them, you've definitely heard of them. Lee has brought the Western attention to Taiwanese cinema. Lee tries to balance his Western identity and his Taiwanese identity to create more representation in the film community. Okay, here are 5 must-watch Taiwanese movies. The first one is by a director that we did not mention in their own slide, but he is very influential in the Taiwanese film community. So the first movie is Yi by Edward Yang. And then again, A City of Sadness by Hao Hesao. Eat, Drink, Man, Woman by Ang Lee. Cape Number 7 by Wei Ta-sheng, and The Wedding Banquet by Ang Lee again. Okay, here are my personal recommendations. I have not seen lots of Taiwanese films or mainland China's films, but here are some that I've personally really enjoyed. So the first one is More Than Blue. It's a very sad but beautiful story about 3 pairs of couples and their struggles, and yeah, it's a very sad story. Not a happy ending. You can find it on Netflix. The next one is Your Name Engraved Herein. Is also a pretty sad movie. It's a very interesting movie. A lot of the points that were made I can see as important for future communities. You can also find it on Netflix. It's a little inappropriate at times with some scenes, but overall it's a really good movie. And To Be Loved in a House I Do, you can find that on Viki. It's a very corny TV show. It's fun, it's cute, and it's cheesy, but it's a little corny. You should watch it lightly. Okay, next we're transitioning to Taiwan's music scene. Taiwan has a huge and diverse music scene, also known as Hokkien pop or T-pop. T-pop actually originates from Taiwanese opera, and it was at its highest in the 1930s. Most T-pop songs at the time had to do with the sorrow that the country felt with being colonized for so long. During the 60s, T-pop started to grow and stars were coming out left and right, such as Teresa Teng and Fong Feifei. So Taiwan's music scene continues to grow as the years go by. T-pop continues to grow and adopt new genres. Now the music scene is starting to love more underground and indie artists as in all parts of the world, indie bands and underground artists have been gaining more recognition for their work. Popular Taiwanese singers. Jay Chou is a man that you've most likely heard of. Jay Chou has been proven to be one of the most famous and influential artists, not just in Taiwan, but in all of Asia. Jay Chou debuted in 2000 with a refreshing album that had elements of R&B and many more genres. Proving to be a musical genius, Jay Chou is also an actor and director and is one of the most influential artists in Asia. Jolin Tsai is the next artist. Jolin Tsai made her debut in 1999 and quickly made a name for herself with her nice girl image and talents. She has helped further the music scene with unique styles and her original songs, even being called Queen of C-pop. The next artist is actually a band called Mayday. Mayday started off as a group of students, and later became one of the most influential alternative rock bands. They have sold out arenas all over Asia and have influenced so many youths with their unique sound and important messages. Here are some of my recommendations again. Your Name Engraved Herein is the theme to this movie I mentioned earlier. It also continues with the sadness of the movie, so it's a very sad song, but it's a very pretty song. Next is Nunchucks by Jay Chou, and this song by The Mayday. Okay, so here are my 3 questions. What year did Taiwan cinema start to take off globally? Who directed A City of Sadness? And who is Jay Chou? Thank you for listening.